You're very welcome back. Now, if you're eating at home most days of the week, you could be spending a lot of time and money on your weekly shop if you're not careful. But eating healthily doesn't have to break the bank.
TV nutrition expert Dale Pinnock, otherwise known as the medicinal chef, joins us this morning to tell us how you can save time and money but cutting your food bill in half. Good morning, Dale. How are you?
How you doing?
Hi, Dale. Welcome.
We both sat bolt upright because with 7 boys between the two of us...
Blimey.
Can you cut our food bills, please?
Please?
How do we do it?
There are ways around it, definitely.
Yeah. Where do you start?
I think it's just getting yourself prepared, to be honest. Looking at what options are available in your area. If you've got things like cash and carries, farmers markets, local markets, farm shops, those kind of things are a great start.
Will you pay over the odds at a farmer's market, though?
Sometimes, I mean, I don't know how it is here, but certainly the markets back home, you can buy carrier bags full of food for a tenner. You can struggle to
See, there would be the
spend much.
perception that it's kind of a posh thing to do, isn't it?
Well, just to be a little bit more
it's
of a
organic
premium on the
and
product,
and you pay
don't
more.
even need to go organic or anything like that. Just find the local producers.
So bulk buying is a
Yes.
Bulk buying
is a
generally.
saver. And would that
especially
go...
for the dried goods, things like pasta and rice and those kinds of things. Perishables, slightly different issue, but
Yeah.
Because it depends how much space you have at home, fridge or freezer-wise. Because I was saying to you before we come on, our food bills are huge. We have 4 boys at home, you have 3 boys at home. And it's not as if you're... It's the standard stuff. It's breads, it's milk, it's butter. You just seem to go through an awful lot.
And that's where you can actually save the most, especially if you've got a cash and carry that you can become a member of. You can actually get those things in bulk.
But is that possible? Because I always had this idea that you had to be a food supplier, a food...
A retailer, in the trade.
Just apply for it. I mean, you can...
You can become a food company.
You can, exactly.
Okay.
There's ways around it, and
Interesting.
they welcome those kinds
So
of
time-saving tips is your first point, and this is really about planning ahead, isn't it?
So many people always use the excuse like, oh, I haven't got time to eat healthy. Oh, I'm just going to spend more time in the kitchen. Absolutely not true. Batch cooking can save your life. So if you've got like an hour on a Sunday afternoon or something like that, you can cook your favourite meals in a big pot, maybe 3, 4, 5 times the amount that you would normally cook, and actually freeze individual portions, and then you're stockpiling your freezer with healthy home-cooked food. And on a busy day, you just take one of those out in the morning, leave it on the side, get home from work, it's defrosted, warm it through.
I think we still have a bad relationship with our freezers, don't we? We don't trust them enough.
It's strange. I meet a lot of people that have that. They're really, really scared of freezing.
Oh, we're not
everything.
sure what we can freeze. But you're talking about the typical kind of shepherd's pie, lasagna, those kind of
all that
family
stuff,
dinners.
Yeah, like curries and chilies and all those kinds of things. You've got to freeze really, really well.
I remember years ago, Julia Smith did a series specifically designed, and it was about cooking food from the freezer, just to dispel those myths that, no, this will keep for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks, depending on what it is.
And if it's already cooked, there's not really a great deal of risk. Obviously, with raw meats and things like that, if it's been defrosted, you can't refreeze it, those kinds of things. But if it's been cooked, it's fine.
And that's a huge time saver.
Yeah.
As well as money as
passive
well.
cooking, Dale?
Passive cooking?
Yes. Is that a concept that you've talked about before?
No.
No, OK.
Passive cooking.
Our producer just asked in my ear, what's passive cooking? So
maybe he'll come in and tell us.
Tell us more, Jody. We'll find out more in a moment.
When you're really, really
right now, he's going like this. Oh, no. She said it out loud.
It's cooking when you're not stressed, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's
easy cooking.
It's zen.
Diet Another Day. Brilliant name.
Diet Another Day, yeah.
Tell us about that.
I work with so many people that have tried every diet going and have been unable to keep a healthy weight.
So they're yo-yo dieters.
Exactly, yeah. They've gone through like all the rigmarole of counting points, counting calories, all of that kind of stuff, and nothing's really worked for them. I believe that if people are educated about the way in which their body works and how the food that they actually influences that, they can maintain a healthy weight for life. So I've built a program around that.
Okay.
To actually, teach people.
And is it a program of steps or is it a program of education, really?
It's education, absolutely. Like the real fundamentals of mastering your metabolism, really.
And understanding how your body processes the food. And how do they access it? Is it an app or is it a website?
It's online, yeah, so it's just via the website.
OK, it's your website.
See, this whole thing of time saving, and as you say, it's an excuse that people use all the time when it comes to... I know I do it myself when it comes to exercise. I don't have the time or I'm too tired. You said before we came on air, it's about prioritising and what you want. If you want to get away from, we eat the same 3 or 4 dinners every week, well, then you have to cook something different. So it's about making your own priorities.
It is, yeah. I mean, like nothing can motivate people. Like
No.
you've got to actually make that decision for yourself that you want to make changes. And if you make that decision, there's lots of kind of tools that you can have at your disposal to actually make it manageable and doable.
And one of the big keys you have, one of the tips you have there as well is to get the kids involved in cooking.
Yeah.
And that's good for a couple of reasons, isn't
Definitely for fussy eaters, for kids that are resistant to trying new foods. If you actually get them involved in preparing the food, they've got a very different emotional investment in it. It's almost like a creative outlet for them, like when they bring a drawing back from school.
Yeah.
And they want it pinned on the fridge.
It does make it. Do you notice that? I think it does make a difference with the kids.
Absolutely, it
Yeah, get 'em in
does.
the kitchen.
Just their understanding of it, and then they look forward to sitting down and actually eating the meal. And then they'll eat more than they probably usually would.
Yeah, and also that's part of the educational process in terms of food.
Absolutely.
I remember years ago, Jamie did a series where he went to Italy and spoke to kids in what would be the equivalent of junior infants, senior infants.
Yeah,
And I
schools.
brought a box of vegetables in and picked them out.
know.
And the Italian kids knew all the vegetables.
Yeah.
You know, aubergine, and whereas the
It was
UK and
scary.
Irish kids, they
Scary.
don't know them.
Didn't recognise them, yeah.
No, because we're not
Can
introducing
I
them
ask you,
to them.
Dale, if you were on a road trip, because I did this recently and I thought to myself, it can be kind of hard to be healthy. So if you don't have your lunch packed, right, and you're driving from Cork to Dublin, all of the food offerings generally are fast food, drive-throughs, you know, fatty options, basically, noodle bars drenched in sauces. What would you buy if you're trying to be healthy?
If there was like a decent supermarket around at a
Yeah.
service station, I would get a tub of hummus,
Yeah,
maybe like some carrot sticks, something like that,
Okay.
and a bag of salad.
and a bag of salad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just a good quality protein. If you get some like cooked chicken or fish or something like that and a bag of salad. You
Okay.
can usually find that anywhere.
Yeah, because I just think I had that thought recently just doing a journey myself in the car. It's so easy for people, especially who work on the road, to just be unhealthy because
tricky.
it's just unhealthy stuff everywhere on
But
your
again,
journey.
that takes a commitment, Dale.
It takes
It does,
the thought,
doesn't it?
doesn't it?
In terms of prioritising what you
does.
want to put into your body.
It does, but, you know, sickness is kind of, you know, inconvenient. So I guess it's that decision that when you really, really decide that you want to make this change.
One of the other things that's often spoke about in terms of batch cooking is waste, because food waste
We do
is
throw out a lot of food.
phenomenal at home. Would that improve if you're batch cooking? Would you be more aware of it?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, what I tend to do as well is shop in small batches. So just get 2 or 3 days worth. Obviously, you know, not everyone's got the time to do that. But if you do have that time, just to get a few days worth of food, plan out what you're going to eat.
I also think chefs are incredible for using leftovers, aren't they? They're
Oh,
just so
absolutely. And we do
creative.
it all the time on the show here. We have chefs talking about it.
Exactly. So this is going to be left over. So use this for a stock tomorrow or whatever. And it's that education
Yeah,
to
like
know
the Sunday
how to
lunch
use something.
leftovers,
Yeah.
like the base of a salad on a Monday.
Or a
Yeah.
nice sandwich.
Nice. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you've a busy day today, Dale, I believe.
Yes, yeah. So heading off to Wellfest afterwards.
Okay.
Where's that on, Dale?
It's, Hospital Kilmainham.
Oh, in Kilmainham
Yeah.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll be there to take everybody's questions.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a book sign-in and a cookery
Very
demo.
good.
And the
having a
book
chat
is
with
out at the
everyone.
moment, which is
Beauty
called...
Shop Safe book, yeah.
Good. Well, listen, thank you for coming in and giving
It's
us
a
your
pleasure.
time, and enjoy Dublin for the day.
Thank you very much.
Have fun.
Right, still to come back to Kieran Griffiths talks to us about Shameless, the Bay, and coming back to his Irish roots.
Plus, we'll have more wedding guest styles over at the Catwalk. See you back here in a few minutes.